Hey guys, in this video, you are going to taking a look at the Recon-ng tool. So you can just launch the Recon-ng tool like this. So here I'm just viewing the manual of the tool, and it's basically a web reconnaissance framework, and you'll be able to see the description here. It's basically a full featured reconnaissance framework designed with the goal of providing a powerful environment to conduct open source web reconnaissance quickly and thoroughly. So it's basically looks like a Metasploit framework, and you'll be able to see and read the descriptions from here. So and you'll be able to see some options in these manual, and you can also issue -H for opening the help menu of the tool. So let us try to open the help menu of the Recon-ng tool here, and this is the information that we'll be able to get from the help menu, and it's basically delivered by Tim Toms, and this is what we were able to get from here. So anyways, we are going to open the tool. So I'm just entering Recon-ng here. As you can see, it is now open. So I actually practice a lot of things in this tool. So if you are opening this in the first time, then I think this is not what you will be able to get. So here I was able to see there is a 91 recon modules, 8 reporting modules, and some other informations. So I think if you are first time accessing this, then I think you'll be able to get a window like let me open it from here, and I will demonstrate that. So like Recon-ng. So this is how it looks like in your computer if you're opening this tool in the first time. So as you can see, this says that no modules enabled or installed. So in the previous demonstration, you can see that it has 91 recon modules and all the modules available. How many modules available related to recon, reporting, import, etc. will be displayed here, right? So but in this case, if you are someone who is using this tool for the first time, you will be able to see something like this, which means that no modules enabled or installed. So in this case, you can just issue the help command, and you'll be able to see a lot of help menus that you can use in this Recon-ng framework. So here you can see like back, which means they exit the current context, and dashboard display a summary of activity, and db for interfaces with workspaces database, and etc. You'll be able to see a lot. So the first command that I'm going to issue here to install all the modules is to enter the marketplace. So this is the command that I'm going to use. Like this is the command that you need to enter to download the modules, and you can see it's basically interfaces with the module work marketplace. So here you can use this command like marketplace install and all. So this will install all modules that is available in the Recon-ng framework. As you can see, it's saying that. So in the previous section, you can see that it's basically saying that no modules enabled or installed. So I'm just issuing the marketplace install all command. It will install all of the modules that is available, and you can see it's installing the discovery modules, and it's installing the import modules, it's installing the recon modules, and the installation was still been progressing, and you can see the modules it is installing, and you can just note the modules that it is installing called Adobe and Senses, email to domains, and Netcraft and Shodan, Spicy, etc. You can see it is downloading or installing a lot of modules, and it will take a little amount of time only. So let it install. I don't want to waste your valuable time, so let me go and open my VirtualBox here. I install all these modules here, and here as of now I have 91 recon modules, 8 reporting modules, 4 import modules, 2 exploitation modules, 2 discovery, and 2 disable modules. So I'm just entering modules. So before that, let me issue the help command, and you can see the things that you can use inside this Recon-ng framework. So here what we can use here is to create a workspaces. So you can just enter the workspaces command. You can just enter work and press the tab button, which will fill all the contents. Like when I issue the workspaces command, I was able to see the contents that I can use, like workspaces create, list, load, remove is the contents that commands that I can use inside the Recon-ng framework. So here I'm just using the workspaces list command, which will list the workspaces, and as you can see here I have different workspaces like one, default, new, now, test. These are the workspaces that I created. So if you are someone who doesn't created anyone, then you'll be able to see here this is my VMware. So here I just using this Recon-ng framework, like I just don't use this before in this VMware. So I'm using the workspaces list command, and it will list the workspaces available. And as you can see, it's default. There's only one workspace is available here called default. So here you can see I just added before, and this is what you will be able to see, like the modified date and etc. things of informations. So here, let us start with the beginning. Like, let me use this VMware workstation for the demonstration, so that it might be helpful for someone who is watching this video and want to know the Recon-ng framework from the beginning itself. So here in your computer, if you're someone who is using this tool for the first time, it will show something like this. Okay, so anyways, you just need to create a workspace for all of your activities. So it might be very good to create a workspace and do all of your activities in a workspace, in your own workspace, rather than using the default workspaces. So that's why I recommend you to create a workspace and perform activities, and you can just remove or delete your workspaces. And I don't recommend you to do all the activities in the default workspace. So let us create something new. Okay, so yeah, here I'm just entering workspaces, and it will give me the commands that I can use for the workspaces. So here we can see workspaces. We have create command, which we will use to create the workspaces, like workspace create, and you can just use, like, we can just issue the cyber command. Here I'm just creating a workspace called cyber. I'm pressing enter, and it will create the workspace here called cyber. Okay, so now I am entering workspaces list. It will give me that the cyber workspaces. So before, you can see that it is in the under default workspace. Now you can see it's in the cyber workspace. So we just create a workspace cyber called cyber, right? So I'm just issuing the help command. This is the commands that you can use. So here, what I'm going to do here is to before doing that, let me start the metasploitable 2 for this demonstration. It might be good to start the metasploitable 2 for this demo. So let it start. In the meantime, let's have a look on the modules here. Like modules, you can see when you enter the modules command, it will give you the usage instructions, and as you can see, this modules load, reload, search is the commands that you can use. So here I'm just using the module search command. It will search for the modules, and these are the modules that is currently available. We have plenty of reporting modules for reporting CSV, list, HTML, etc. And you do have tons of recon modules for various reconnaissance, and you do have import modules for importing the scan results from nmap, mask, and etc. And you do have two discovery and two exploitation modules available, so we can just use that. So before, let me try to confirm that it's confirmed, and as you can see, this is metasploitable 2. You can also practice by watching this video by starting your own metasploitable 2 machine on your computer. So here I'm just log into this metasploitable 2, like msf admin as the username and password, issuing the ifconfig command. And as you can see, I can see the my IP here. Let me press Control Alt, and here it is, my mouse. And as you can see, this is my IP here, like 192.168.162.134. So this is what I need to use here to scan. So let me demonstrate first from the import module. So you can just import from nmap. So let me try to use the nmap import module. Let me open a new tab here, and let me perform the basic nmap scan, like nmap space the IP. Like let me use -sp for getting the service version, and the IP here is 192.168.162.134, like 192.168 1 and 162.134 in your case, the IP address will be different, so you just have to note that. So in your case, check your metasploitable to for your IP and enter it here, and you'll be able to get the result. So after that, I'm just entering -o here, -o for outputting to the XML format, and I'm just entering the name of the file that I were able to create as nmap out, and pressing enter. So this will basically perform an nmap scan, and it will give me the service version information on this particular IP address, and it will output these results to an XML file called nmap out. When I enter ls, I was able to see the nmap out file that I created right now. and we can just cat the nmap out, and you can see this is the XML format of our result, and this is how it looks like. So anyways, let me try to use this module. So here we are going to use this module. So for that, you can just issue the command modules and press enter, and you'll be able to see the commands that you can use, the usage of the modules to modules command, like modules load, and the module that we want to load is how you use. When I press enter, I can see I can use the info command, which will give me informations related to the module that I'm currently using. So the module that I'm currently using supports XML output importer. So import host and ports into the respective database from XML from nmap XML output. So it will basically output like you can just import the contents of XML only. So that's why I just performed an nmap scan and store the results in an XML format. So that's why I use the -ox command, which will basically put these contents into an XML format. You can just issue the nmap command, and you can see how it works. Like let me show that nmap -h will give me the help menu, and you can see this is how you can just use this command for output into XML format. Okay, so anyways, we can just see that this says that the file name is what it is asking for. So we can see we just perform the nmap scan, and the result is stored here as nmap out. And when I enter pwd, it's located in home kali nmap out, and this is the location. So you can just set the use the options command. Once you enter the options, you'll be able to see the usage. Like you can list the options, you can set the options, you can unset the options. So here I'm just listing the options, and this is the option that you need to set. Like the file name is the only option that you need to set here. So yeah, let's set the options, use the option set command, and what we need to set is called file name. Like, and the path here is home kali, and the name of the file here. And let me try to run this module, and here it is. It were able to just import all of the results here, and it's saying that 23 total ports found, and it's done. Is everything done? Now what I can do is to I can use the reporting module here. Let me try to use the report module, like modules load, or I can search for module, search for report modules. It will search only for the reporting modules, as you can see. So this will show me only the reporting module. So I'm just reporting this as HTML. So I can just issue the command modules load, and reporting this as HTML. Now I can just issue the info command, which will give me the plenty of informations about the module that I'm currently using. So here you can see the description here says that it creates an HTML report. So you can see you just need to set the required fields here called the creator, customer, and the file name. So file name is a word that you need to set to save the results. So here I'm just using the options command, like options set and creator. So you can just enter any name here. I'm just entering the creator name as AK, and I'm just entering options set, and you can just enter the customer name as CY. And let me set the file name also, like I'm using the options command set, and the file name. So I'm just importing this file name into home kali, and I'm just saving this as a results.html, and I'm just executing the run command, and here it is, and it's saying that the report was generated to home kali results.html. Now I am executing ls command. Here is my result. As you can see, now I am using the Firefox command, Firefox results.html, which will open the results in the Firefox browser. As you can see, this is the result. You can just click here to see the ports and some of the information from the imported command. As you can see, it's created by AK, and this is basically the CY, which seems to be, I said the CY for the customer. Okay, so this is how you basically use this import module. So let us try to use some of the modules. You can just issue the back command, which will go from back from this HTML. Once I issue that, as you can see, now it is gone back, and now it's in the cyber workspace. So I'm just issuing back again, and now I'm just exited from this Recon-ng framework. So let me try to use this Recon-ng again, and we can just use we can just create a new workspace here, like workspace create, and let me enter part 2, and here this my workspace name is here as Spark 2. Like I can also list the workspaces, and I can see the previous workspaces here for getting the previous results. So I'm not going to do that as of now. So here I'm now in the part 2 workspace. So what we can do here, like we can just load the modules, like modules, we can just search for the modules, like module search, and here you will be able to see a plenty of modules here. Let me try to use this discovery module, and how you can use this, like modules load, and you can just use this here, and you can just use the info command, which will give you the informations related to the module that you're currently using. All the required fields seems to be set, but you just need to set the source, and you just need to change the source, and its source, it seems to be default, and you can see the options of source. You can just set a string, set path to a file containing list of inputs, etc. Information is available here. And what I'm going to do here is to, it will basically give you interesting files, and you can just read the description. It will check host for interesting files in the predictable location. So let us check the source at like you can use the command option set source, and let me set the source as the metasploitable 2 IP here. So let me copy the IP of my metasploitable 2. Let me close this, and here is my metasploitable to IP. I'm just setting the source as the metasploitable to IP, and after that I'm just executing the run command. Now I was able to see like it will searches for the interesting files, and it was not able to find any robots.txt, sitemap.xml, sitemap.xml.gz. These are some interesting files which were not able to find in this metasploitable 2. As you can see, php is only available. So it will basically search for interesting module. So this is how you use this module. It will basically search for interesting modules. So that's the interesting files, and you can just use this for setting the source as a domain name, and it will give you some more information, I think. So maybe it will not work. So let's try to use like let's try to say set the source as OneWeb .com. If your target is like, if you have permission, then you can just use this accordingly, and it will search, it will execute, and it will give you if it has any informations. And there is 0 interesting files found. Previously we were able to find 1 interesting files. Like that you can use this for the modules, for the domains that you have permission to use. So anyways, I'm just executing the command here called back, for getting back from this module. Now I'm here in the part 2. So I'm just using the module search command, which will give me all of the modules. So, and here I'm just going to use and command injector, like exploitation. Let me try to use the command injector module, like modules load and the name of the module that you want to use. Execute the info command, which will give you the information about the module that you're currently using. It will provide a shell interface for remote command injection flaws in web applications. If you have any kind of remote command injection flaws, it will provide a shell interface. So this is how you use. If it has an shell, if it has an injection flaws, then only it will perform this. It will give you the remote command injection shell interface. Okay. So I'm not going to use that as of now. So let us try to search for some of the modules here. We just use the import module, one of them, and we do have plenty of other recon modules. As you can see, it's from Census. If you don't know what Census is, you can just open a browser and search for Census. It's basically a great website where you will be able to get like, you can just let me show that. Like I'm just, and here it is, census search. It has 5.2 billions of services, and 2 to 8.8 millions of IPv4 hosts, and 2.5 billions of virtual hosts. We can just search for here called IP address, name, protocol, etc. So here I'm just entering FTP. It will give me FTP enabled devices, and here it is. I was able to get an IP which is from China, and some of the information is Lakeshore, and you can just use the census tool. It's Lakeshore and tool. Okay, and you do get some allocation, etc. So like that, it has a lot of information, like it's shorten. If you don't use the shorten tool, then you can just search shorten and try to use it, try to understand what it is. And you can see it's under IO tool, and who is tool, etc. There's a lot of tools, like we have shorten host name, and we have census, IP info DB, etc. Virus total. If you don't use the virus total, then you have to use it. And you do have YouTube, Twitter, now known as X, and Shorthand, Flickr, etc. And you can see a lot of tools available, and the GitHub docs available. Okay, you can just use the one that you want according to your new needs. You can just use the module. Okay, you can, if you don't know how to use a module, then what you can do is, like, you can see this is from census email address, and plenty of others. Let me try to use one of them. Like here it's basically built with, so let me try to use this. So how we can use this, like you can just issue the modules load command and the module that you want to use. Once you load that, then you can just issue the info command. It will give you the information about that module. Like it leverages the build within API to identify host technologies and contacts associated with the domain. So here I can just set the source to get informations related to this. Like I can issue the command option set source, and here I'm just entering the source as vulnerweb.com, and I'm just executing the run command. And here it is running, and it's saying that something broken, something filed. So we can just set the source as something different. Like, oh, we just need to get the source. Let me try to view vulnerweb.com. I think it contain www. Let me try to use that. Here it is. It's basically oneweb.com. I don't know why it is getting error. So you can also enable the extension here called build with. So this is what we using there, like build with. You can search for build with. It will give you the extensions. Here it is, the build with extension. You can just add this here, or click OK, and once you are done, then you can just click here, open the build with, and here it is. This is what are the informations that you will be able to get. So like that, you can just use some of these. Like there's an alternative for the build with tool called Vapalizer. So I think which seems to be pretty good, like Vapalizer. I think this seems to be the spelling, and here it is. So this seems to be same tool which identify technologies on website, but this seems to be pretty good than build with, I think. So you can just use one of them based on your likeliness. So here I'm just clicking add button, and here it is, it's added. Now I'm just going to the vulnerweb.com, and here I'm just launching the Vapalizer tool, and I'm just clicking I'm okay with that. And it's basically doesn't dictate any technology, so that's why I think it is getting any errors, and it's detected. And this is basically an Nginx web server, and its version is 1.19.0. This is what it were able to find, but yeah, build with that's not able to find. So like that, you can just use some of the modules. Like we have virus total, and we do have plenty of other tools. Like I think there will be some kind of DNS dumpster or something like that. We do have netcraft. So yeah, let's try to use the netcraft. Like modules load, and the modules that you copied previously, now executing the info command will give you the informations related to that. And it's basically harvest host from the netcraft.com, update the host table with the results. So this is what it does, and you can just set the source based on your requirements. So yeah, you can just issue the commands option set source, and you can just put a source. Let me set is as microsoft.com, and I'm just executing the run command. And as you can see, it will give me a lot of informations, right? So here I can see the URL and the country and the host, etc. This is the information that I was able to get from this. As you can see, next page available, requesting again, slip into avoid lockout. And this is the information that we were able to get, and some of the subdomains like partner.microsoft.com and create.microsoft.com, etc. Some of the subdomains that I was able to get. Okay, so these are the informations that you will be able to get once you specify a domain which contains some of these. So like that, you can use those modules based on your requirements. So this is how basically you use this Recon-ng framework. And and finally we will create a report for that. So anyways, let this complete. After that, we can just create a report, and as you can see, it's taking some time because Microsoft is huge, so it will definitely going to take some time. So I just want to stop. I'm just pressing Control C, and it gets stopped. And now I'm just loading the searching for the reporting modules like a report, and it will give me all of the reporting modules. And here you can see this is basically a report XML format. So here let me try to use reports, let me use the modules load, and let us use the reporting HTML so that you will be able to view it from the web browser. So now what we can do is to issue the info command, and you just need to set the like issue the options command. Option set a source, I think, like option set creator, so it seems to be AK. You can just specify any name that you want to create. And option set customer, and I'm just entering this as CY. And I'm just entering option set file name. I'm just entering this as home kali and new.html. So specify the extension of file, which seems to be pretty good, I think. And once it's done, then you can just issue the run command. And as you can see, the report was generated to new.html. Now I'm just issuing the Firefox command, and I'm just executing new.html, and that's done. So we were able to get some other information, like we can see some of the host, and this is the module that we use here called netcraft, and the informations that we get previously will be displayed here. So this is basically you use the Recon-ng framework, and I hope you learned something new from this video about the Recon-ng tool. You can also issue the help command. It will give you some of the help menus that you can use it by yourself. So basically this is how you use this Recon-ng tool. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching guys, and I will see you in the next one.